Hello, Magic Muse, witches, heathens. Welcome back to As Above, So Below. My name is Tiffany, and we are going to be continuing with our psychic series. And today we are talking about clairsentience. And are you clairsentient? So, clairsentient is clear feeling. And this is when you can feel people's intentions, you can feel people's aura, and you can feel when somebody is lying. Empaths, this sense is very strong in empathetic people, and also people who have a nurturing field, or for example, massage therapists, psychics, of course, nurses, teachers, psychologists, psychiatrists, anybody who's working with the depths of people. This sense is probably very strong, if not the strongest sense that you have. So for me, I've had a lot of experiences with clairsentience, and for the beginning part of my journey, when I discovered what an empath was, I was like, oh yeah, 100%, I am that. I feel other people's emotions. I need to go and make sure that I am recharging by being in my own energy field. And I didn't really understand why I got so depleted around, certain people or around big crowds or events. And as I kept going on my journey, I became more and more sensitive, and I didn't know how to turn it off. Now I feel as though I can kind of turn it on and off, especially when I'm out in public. I visualize a kind of just like a shell around me, and I put my own little flair on it. It's like, black and glittery and all the things, but it helps me to not leak out anything, especially at the grocery store, the places that you go to a lot. I remember when I was seeing Stevie Nicks in Colombia, and we were in the huge arena, and every single one of those spots, was filled. And for a minute, I was like, oh my gosh, this is so much. There's so many people here. I'm feeling so many things. And I had to consciously come back and say, Tiffany, put up your shell. You are here to see the magnificent and amazing Stevie Nicks. And what an opportunity that you have. And at some point, I was able to just kind of flow into the magic of her and her performance. But being clairsentient, oftentimes you pick up a lot of stuff from other people. And this can also come up when you feel and that somebody has not so good intentions, or that you're lying, or somebody's lying. And this, it can make it a little bit hard because you don't have like definitive, in real time proof of it, but your internal system knows and it feels. And for a lot of the times when people do, any sort of hands-on work, REIKI, or, massage therapy in particular, anybody who works with the public, hairstylist, any profession where you have to touch people, that is, you can often pick up a lot of psychic information from that person. You can pick up, whether they have had a bad day, whether they are in an argument with their spouse, whether they have lost a loved one, if any abuse is coming up, this is really that sense that just feels into it. And if you are developing your mediumship, oftentimes your clairsentience is going to be kind of at the forefront of your senses. And I know for me, my biggest clairs are, clairsentient and clairvoyant, and then clairaudience. But you have to work with all of your clairs, and we'll talk about deeper into mediumship later in a different video. But clairsentience is at the forefront of your feeling when you bring in somebody, or even if you've had an experience where you know and you feel that there's somebody else in the room with you, but you can't physically see them. That is clairsentience. or if you have just been in your house and your spouse comes home without you, being in the same room, but you just feel like they're home, that is clairsentience. And this can come up in other ways too. But it can feel physical, but a lot of the times it is just like a feeling and a knowing that can't really be explained. So the next time that you feel like something is a little off, or you're not getting good vibes, or you're picking up the temperature of the room, you are tapping into your clairsentience. And that can be developed even further if you want it to, with boundaries. And learning boundaries is probably the biggest thing for developing psychics and mediums, or even witches. If you are moving on your path and you are finding that, you want to dive into tarot, you want to dive into Reiki, you want to dive into the healing arts of witchcraft, then this is a sense that you are probably going to master, if not have already mastered it. So you can develop it even further if you want. But if you have any questions or anything, pop them in the comment box below. I would love to hear about all of your experiences. You know that you're not alone. Everything is safe here. But I will catch you on the next one. Remember, you are the magic. Blessed be. Bye.